All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Kirk Kelly, Kirk Kelly. He is the interim superintendent for Hamilton County Schools.
Good morning, and thank you for coming out on such a tragic day for our school system. Let me start by saying we are heartbroken for all of our students and their families. Yesterday was the worst day that we have had for Woodmore and for Hamilton County Schools that I can recall in my life as an educator and as a parent and as a member of this community. Our concerns today is for the children that we have lost and for their families and for the children who have been injured, for the students and the staff here at Woodmore. For the students and staff, we're going to do everything we possibly can to help them get through this time and address their emotional issues. Here at the school, we're open because we want to reach out to the community and help those that are coming in. We have extra counselors on site here at the school, and anyone who is impacted by this horrible tragedy, we're going to work with them and do whatever we can to help them. There are still some unanswered questions at this time, but our priority remain with our students. We're doing everything that we can to help the students through this time. We had 37 students that were involved. We have 32 that are accounted for. We have 5 confirmed deaths. We have, of those deaths, 3 were in the 4th grade, 1 was a kindergartner, and 1 was a 1st grader. We have 6 that are in ICU, and we have 6 that are in regular rooms. The other students have been released to their parents and they're at home, and we are praying for them and wishing them the best. We ask everyone in Hamilton County to join us in our efforts to heal from this terrible, terrible situation. And let me say this, being on the scene yesterday, I want to say thanks first of all to our first responders, for law enforcement, to our educators, to school board members and community members, and everybody who has reached out to help us and has contacted us from all across the United States showing support. We're grateful for that. We understand that the district attorney has brought charges against the Durham bus driver. We will, of course, as the school system, cooperate fully with the DA and every law enforcement agency that is involved in this investigation. We know that Durham, the bus service that we contract to, will do everything that it can to also work with law enforcement. Also, we're working with the United Way of Chattanooga to set up a funding site which we will provide additional detail to help the family. Let me say this, that our thoughts and our prayers are with the students and the family of Woodmore, and again, we're reaching out to do all that we can to help and support them.
Could you go over again, the grades for the deceased, please?
The grades for the deceased are 3 that are in the 4th grade, 1 that is in kindergarten, and 1 that is in the 1st grade. I think it's 1 boy and 4 girls. I do not want to, because out of respect for the family right now, give the names, because we would love to have the family and people reach out for them as opposed to having the names be given to them through the media. So I do not want to give the names.
I know you said you decided to stay open because you wanted to offer support. But was there any consideration for closing school and allowing people to grieve amongst their family members?
If they're wanting to stay out, we're going to excuse it. We're going to allow them to grieve. Those who want to come to school, we're here to reach out and help. So we're going to help either way that we can. We feel that we were able to provide more services by having those that are able to make it to the school, by having the extra counselors and extra support here at the school. So that was the reason for having school open. So we're going to try to help either way that we can.
Any kind of memorial set up at the scene or here tonight throughout the day here?
Right now it is early, but we're in planning, and we're going to do anything that we can to remember these students and support them, and they will always be with us throughout our lives. This is something that we will never forget here as a community.
Describe what you saw at the scene, because you've been out there, correct?
What I saw at the scene was very, very tough. Very tough for me, very tough for first responders when we arrived on the scene. And from this location, we're probably about 1.5 miles from where the scene was. But people were doing everything that they could to assist students We had injuries. We had some students that actually were able to be mobile but still had injuries, and so we were providing as much support as possible. And again, I want to thank everybody who was out there to help. And that was even community members and especially our first responders.
What can you tell us about the bus driver?
I can say that it is under investigation, and I can say that the DA plans to press charges, and at this point right now, that is all that I can say, but as we get more information, we will be releasing that to you.
You can't tell us how long he's been driving for you all?
We contract out with Durham Bus Services, and we will get that information to you in terms of exactly when he started, but right now, I can simply say that he is being investigated by the DA.
Was he a county employee or a Durham employee?
He's a Durham employee.
Have all the children been reunited with their families?
All of the children have been they're with their families, and families have been notified. And as we said, we still have 6 that are in ICU. We have 6 that are still in the hospital. The rest are with their families, and of course, our hearts go out to the 5 that are deceased.
What was the process notifying the families when this bus crash happened yesterday?
The process was to call and also to provide assistance as we were there on the scene, and to do everything that we could to notify them. The administration, the school principal, assistant principal, teachers, and were on the scene, and we were doing all that we could. Also, we had people from our district office that it was helping and supporting with trying to make calls and get in touch with people.
All right, guys, we need to clear this area for buses, so we're going to have to put an end to the questions now. I do have a press release, though, for anyone who wants a copy.
One more question, Superintendent. What was that conversation like for you personally with this family?
It's the toughest thing that you will ever do in your life, and there are no words that you can say, but let me say that our hearts are going out with the families. This is the toughest thing that you can do, and hopefully with time, but this is something that you would never get over with, but we're just reaching out and trying to do whatever we could in terms of words of comfort and support to the families, and that's something that we will do from now going forward.
All right, and now I'm going to introduce Chattanooga Mayor Andy Burke, ANDYBERKE. Thank you.
5 is a cursed number in our city right now, and so we are again dealing with unimaginable loss. As Dr. Kelly said, out at the scene yesterday, our first responders did a magnificent job. We want to thank the Chattanooga Police Department, the Fire Department, Hamilton County EMS. They did amazing work under very, very difficult circumstances. For those who were out there watching it, it was teamwork at its best. The most unnatural thing in the world is for a parent to mourn the loss of a child. There are no words that can bring comfort to a mother or a father. And so today, city is praying for these families.